Greetings, friends, and welcome back to Moon Hill Vintage and Homestead. It's your old crone Yaya back with another thrift haul. And yes, I am wearing a feathered hat. Who remembers these? Do you remember the comedian Phyllis Diller? She made these feathered hats famous. And I always thought they were just adorable and hilarious at the same time back when I was a kid, and always wanted one. So I was shopping this little resale shop in my local area, and one of the little booths had these two feathered hats in there, and I just had a fit. I had to have them. They're very worn. You know, the elastic's kind of worn out on them, but I was just so nostalgic for them. I had to buy both of them. And yes, I'm going to wear this one throughout this video. So they come in pink, and this one was a blue. This one's a lot more worn out. You know, the feathers aren't as good as the pink one. I had to put it on top of this little mannequin head to show you how it looked. Just adorable. I love them. And I will be keeping them unless somebody out there really wants one and is going to offer me a high dollar for them. They will be kept by me, because I do wear a lot of hats and stuff. And yes, I'm going to wear this out in public, believe it or not. I will, and I will embarrass my grandchildren when I do it. Okay, so sorry about that. Today's video is going to be more of like an unboxing, because I have a few boxes of things that I have pretty much forgotten what is in these boxes. So we're going to be digging through them together and seeing what I have bought. However, one thing I did find at the flea market for $5 was this box of vintage sewing patterns. There's 48 patterns in here, and they range, I would say, from 50s, 60s on into the 70s, and they're very fascinating to even look at, let alone use, to me. Very collectible, if you ask me. But I'm going to show you a few of them that I find really interesting. Back in the day, as they say, you can order sewing patterns by cutting out a little thing out of a magazine, filling out your name and address, and telling what size pattern you wanted, and then you would send in, like these are 25 and 50-cent patterns. So you send this in with your money, and they would use that piece of paper as the address label and send it back to you. This does not have a date on it. However, the stamp is for 2.5 cents right here. So that might give you an idea of how long ago, how old this pattern is. And then you would get it, and this was for this type of dress. Had the pattern. This lady obviously was an avid seamstress, because all her patterns are cut up. And to be so old, she took pretty well care of them. I would say whoever these belong to, which by the address is a local person, she loved collecting them and took very good care of them, kept all the pieces together. I will probably sell these in lots, since there are 48 of them. I will put more of the patterns that are from the same era together and sell them maybe lots of 6 or 8. These, some of them I haven't gone through to make sure all the pieces are there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that to all 48 of them. These are more, I believe, for collecting rather than using to make your own garments with. Now this I thought was just interesting on one of her patterns. Okay, this reads, up here, this reads grit. Okay, let me read this to you. Back when I was a kid, there used to be this newspaper called Grit, and they encouraged young boys to sell these newspapers and earn themselves some money. And so you'd always, no matter where you were, you'd see some little boy come running up to you, hey, you want to buy a grit paper? And usually we would, just to help this little boy out. So even in the bottom left corner here, it reads, will you help some boy 12 years of age or older to become a grit salesman? Simply send us his name and address, age, and date of birth, or have him write us. Over 30,000 boys sell grit, and many earn $1 to $5 in spare time every Friday and Saturday, besides winning free prizes and gaining valuable business experience. which I just find it hilarious that you would never find somebody doing that these days. No way. This one has a postal cancellation mark of April 1954. So that's how old a lot of these patterns are. And I'll show you a couple of them from the front. This one is Simplicity, and it cost 65 cents at the time. And it's a very typical 50s type dress. I do find it interesting that the size is a size 14, but it reads that the bust is only a 34. So sizes, the way sizes were done has changed several times over the years. So you might hear that thing, I've heard somebody say, well, Marilyn Monroe was a size 18. Yeah, back then, that was so different back then. She wasn't the same as a size 18 of today. So you have to take that into consideration. If you're going to buy old patterns and try to make your own garments with them, very much you need to pay attention to those sizes. Because this one here, it reads bust size 34, but the size is size 12. So see, even from the 50s to the 60s, those changed. This one I thought was interesting because it's the type of pantsuits that women wore back then. And of course, you could do different outfits with the same pattern. You know, you had the scarf, you had your shirt, a skirt, pants, a vest, looks like a sweater vest almost. And if you saw a woman dressed like this back in my day, you knew she was styling. Oh yeah, that was a put together person who wore outfits like that. And then there was one in here, I think for males, and it's just a shirt. These are flannel shirts, but I love the graphics on that. This one was 35 cents back then, so lots of changes over the years, but very interesting piece of history. If you ask me, I will enjoy looking through all these. All these on this side are just old ones that she sent off for, so I don't know what type of patterns are inside there. It'll be interesting to spend some time looking through that piece of history. Okay, let's start on one of our boxes here. At the same store that I found the hats, I found a lot of things to keep for myself, but I only found like one or two other things to actually sell, and this is one of them. It's Japan, and it's definitely vintage. I'd say from the 50s, maybe 60s. It's a ceramic planter. Looks like, it's hard to tell if it's either a bear or a monkey that is sitting on a log. And it has the muted colors, but the coloring is still really good. There's crazing on it, of course, for its age. No marks on the bottom, but I'm assuming it's Japan. It just looks like that style. Greenish log, brown animal. No chips or cracks that I can see. So we'll be listing this one. Just adorable. Okay. I found this there too, and I kind of paid up for this, but it was just so beautiful. I just had to get it, and I know somebody out there collecting these would want this because the detailing of it is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, the painting on this, you could tell it's hand painted. The painting is exquisite. The coloring, this like an ombre, the way they did her skirt. It looks very, the dress looks very Scarlett O'Hara to me. She's got a little bonnet kerchief on with her flower basket. I love the way they did her skirt in the back, how it was almost like the wind is blowing it up. Just so adorable with her petticoat. All right, on the bottom it reads, there's a sticker that reads it reads an Enterprise exclusive. Okay, but stamped on it is the capital letters ESD, then Japan is underneath it, and then underneath that is the letters MR, the number 7246. And within the insignia of those letters, it's like a lion, looks like a the outline of a lion there. So I believe I paid $10 for this. I'm not sure what I'm going to list her for. I need to clean her up a bit. But, you know, there's no chips or cracks. She's in excellent condition. Her sweet little face. The flowers are all intact and everything. It's just a lovely, lovely piece. All right, what else we got in here? Okay. These two bowls. And it is escaping me the name of the pattern. Do you remember what?
Shenandoah.
Shenandoah pattern. And these were the only two sizes I had. I do believe there's probably a smaller one and maybe even one bigger than this that completes the set. But just to find the two of them, because I really haven't ever seen this pattern before. It's more of a creamy yellow color with green of the flowers and leaves. The smaller one here is a little bit scuffed. I'd say somebody wasn't careful with it, like the little black scuffing on there. I might could get that off, I'm not sure, but it's definitely pyrex. Nothing else special on the bottom there, but this one's in pretty good condition too. Not as much scuffing. One little mark there, a little bit of the outer paint coming off, but other than that, the inside is fantastic, and no chips or cracks, of course, on these two. So those will be nice for someone's collection, and I will be listing those. I won't be keeping them. Okay, what we got here? Oh, my kitchen prayer wall plate. It has a tiny little string on the back, but it probably needs a better hanger than that to secure it on there. I love the graphics on this. It has an old wood burning stove with some old utensils and coffee pots type of thing. And then the My Kitchen Prayer on here. Let me just read it right quickly. Bless my little kitchen, Lord. I love its every nook, and bless me as I do my work, wash pots and pans and cook. May the meals that I prepare be seasoned from above with thy blessing and thy grace, but most of all thy love. As we partake of earthly food, the table thou hast spread, we'll not forget to thank thee, Lord, for all our daily bread. So bless my little kitchen, Lord, and those who enter in, may they find naught but joy and peace and happiness therein. Oh, so I just thought it was adorable for the age of it and the graphics on it. So cute. And I'll be listing that. Oh, I did find this at the little Speckled Hen. The store was called Speckled Hen. It's just so cute. This reads 1950s Rooster Spice Jar Set on a wooden base carousel. And they had the price of $15 on there. I'm not sure if this was on sale or not. And I know that's kind of paying up for me, but because it's so unusual, I just had to have it. Had to have it. Let's take the rubber band off. And each little individual jar is removable. And there's stickers that read Japan on these, on almost every one of them, I believe. Cork bottoms. Let's look and make sure they all have their corks. Yes, they do. And all but one has a Japan sticker, I believe. They're all in excellent shape. They all have the rooster painted on there, and it does spin. So we've got pepper, salt, nutmeg, ginger, cinnamon, and allspice. And it just sits on there almost like a little flower when you look at it from the top. And you can, it has a little candle so you can put it wherever you need to. But I would probably say this is the 50s. And I do need to clean them up, but they all look in excellent shape. I see that like a little crud or something on there. Just needs to be washed, I'm sure. There's some crazing because of the age and everything. I would almost say what I'm looking at here that this is tape residue. So I believe I can get that off. Like somebody just taped it all together so that they wouldn't lose the pieces to it. But that is just an adorable piece. Okay, oh, that's all for that box. Let's go over to this one. Here we have some peach luster. This one's Fire King, Anchor Hocking, 1 quart. Pretty good condition, I would say, for what these are. I mean, I see so much of this peach luster where people have not taken care of it. And it seems to be making a very huge comeback here lately. And there's the lid. The lid actually fits. Okay, then I have another piece of Fire King. This one is 1.5 quarts. Anchor Hocking. I don't remember what this is called. Do you remember?
It's just like an atomic.
Yeah, and it's on the tip of my tongue, but I know you guys will recognize that pattern. The pattern's just a little bit worn off, but not too bad. You can still see it very nicely. A little bit age to it, so still in excellent, fantastic condition though. So I know some of you guys collect Fire King, which I have quite a few pieces of it myself. All right, we have this plate here. Currier and Ives, the Rocky Mountains, underglaze print by Royal, made in USA. I do like that it has these handles on here. So of course it's either serving plate, maybe a cake plate. Looks in really good condition. Just a little bit of wear. The front is in, I would say, perfect condition. No scratches, no chips or cracks. The scene is, it looks like a wagon train of covered wagons coming across the mountain here. There's a couple of Native Americans on horseback here, and mountains, waterfall, very Currier and Ives, in other words. And it's beautiful. It's in just great condition. Very collectible, I do believe. Oh, this one's a really good find. And the lady was very fantastic about the price too. She came down on the price for me. It's the gold butterfly pattern, and it's the divided dish. Let's see, 1 quart pyrex for oven baking only. And you know, you can find this piece to it. When do you hardly ever find this piece to it? So I was just like, oh yes, you know, the matching lid, I've got to have it. I don't collect the gold butterfly, but I know a lot of people do, and it seems to be making a huge comeback too. And so I see a lot of the dinnerware, the plates, the cups, the saucers, right? You see that a lot. I don't see a lot of the serving pieces or the cooking pieces. So I was very, very happy to find this intact and whole and in excellent condition. So somebody is really going to love this. It's going to be quite a bit on the shipping. It's pretty heavy together, but anybody who collects this, they're going to want this. It's just beautiful. Love it. So glad you found that. All right, let's start on the big box then. This is a lot of little pieces, so just give me time to get organized here. Just pull them out one at a time. Lots of smalls, you know, as they call them, small stuff. This is a Florida souvenir memorabilia piece. It has a little thermometer on it. It's ceramic. It is a dolphin. Looks like, you know, a mama dolphin with her baby dolphin. And just reads Florida right there. And then on the bottom, there's a sticker. Part of it's messed up, but I do believe it is Japan. ARRIB, Arib, made in Japan. Cute little collectible piece. Okay, let me get some of this out of the way so I can put these little ones here. And yes, I have to get out the magnifying glass because the glasses aren't enough. Okay, another little Japan piece, just cute, tiny, tiny little planter. My daughter Wakuna and I were discussing what did people do with the little tiny little planters that we find so many of them. So we were thinking they probably put little succulents in it or something, if anything. I'm sure most people probably just left them sitting on their shelves. But this is, I would say, a kitty, a cat hanging on to, I don't know, whatever that is. But it's white, little red details, and it's stamped Japan on the bottom. Just adorable. Okay, here we have a paperweight, glass, got a felt bottom, and it reads Irish Blessing. Let me remove the price tag. This was $1.99. Oh yes, the old Irish blessing that I remember hearing as a kid. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. The rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. And it has the most adorable drawing on it. Just very vintage, very 50s looking. Almost like a leprechaun because he has pointed ears with the shamrocks and everything. Just so cute. Just adorable. Okay. Oh, let me save the bells. Somebody donated a collection of bells, and there must have been probably 50 of them, and we went through them all to see the ones that we liked, because a lot of them were just plain you know, travel memorabilia, souvenirs like that. So we got the ones that we thought were just kind of unique, and I'll show those in a minute. But I found these little Holland/Dutch ceramic shoes, like the way they used to do the wood shoes. Let's see, are these Delft? Hand painted, I believe that reads Delft. Hand painted by Delft Color. There's a capital E and a capital H with what looks like a castle in between those. And then they are numbered 989060. There's a little bit of felt on the bottom to keep them from scuffing. You know, your usual, as you see these. These are quite common, I do believe, but people love Delft. And it's got the windmills on the toe area. Okay. Oh, this is adorable. Got a little ceramic pottery bowl here. I don't know if you call that ceramic, but it's definitely like more like terracotta, I do believe, because somebody has brown glazed it. Looks like it was painted brown actually. But anyway, what is hilarious about this, I hope you can see this, but if you can zoom in, that is a pig's face on the front there. It's so cute. Little ears and snout. And then it's got the lid with a very crude spoon, I'd say. It's really not going to hold much liquid, if anything. More to stir with or to scoop out, I'm sure. And one little handle this way, and I guess you were supposed to just hold it with one hand. Just adorable. All right, we've got this mug here. 99 cents for this thing, and on the bottom it reads Gen Products, Grand Ledge, Michigan. Inside is plastic. This is a plastic insert, but the rest of it is wood, mitered pieces of wood joined together, wrapped in rope. This is the real rope, and then it has copper connectors here, I'd say. Just, you know, an interesting mug or beer stein rather, for those that collect those things. I recently sold a solid wood beer stein, and the people just loved it. They thought it was cool. It's totally unmarked. This one's unmarked too, except for that, so that's a good find. Let's see, another wooden piece here. Oh, look at this. It's so cute. This reads, it has a sticker that reads wooden pitcher. The price was $6.50, which is kind of up for that.
I think it was 30% off.
30% off, okay. On the bottom, it looks like it did have a sticker at one time. That has since disappeared. But you can tell that this is hand carved, especially since you see the carving marks on the inside. So this was hand carved from one piece of wood. It's almost, to me, got the outline of a rooster, but there's no animal face on here or anything. But it does have some intricate carving on both sides, all the way around it. Just beautiful. Both sides are the same. Just a small little wooden picture. So cute. Okay. Here we have, I don't usually buy metal, but I'm seeing that people are loving these things. So, and bookends especially, people love bookends. So I got these 2 metal bookends, pretty weighty. I'd say over a pound a piece. And these are of, you know, I don't know if people call them lyre or lyre or harp, whatever type of musical instrument you want to call that, that's fine with me. Okay, 99 cents a piece I paid for these. There's a sticker on the bottom that reads it was made in Taiwan, which that doesn't matter because it's the aesthetic of it that people love. I'm not going to clean these up because some people love the patina on there, so I'll let the buyer decide whether or not to clean those up. Good find. All right, now we're going to start unwrapping some things here. So what comes out will be a surprise to us both. Oh, nice gravy boat. This was 99 cents. Okay, sorry. This has, let me read the bottom. It reads Pedal Pets, 1989, Empus Custom Agencies, imported and distributed exclusively by Art Mart Chicago, made in Japan. So it's stamped on there as that, and then within the pottery itself, it reads made in Japan right here. So on the front it reads Tiger Lily right here, and if you can see it real close, these are lilies that have tigers in them. So it's Tiger Lily, which I thought was just a fun play on words. And as a matter of fact, when I found this, I was telling Wakuna that she doesn't remember it, but I used to have a set of placemats that had like tiger lily, dogwood, any type of animal / plant name. They had made these, now I imagine they made a whole line of products that way, but these were just so cute. I love it when they play on words like that, so that will be a fun thing for someone. I know I'm making a mess out here, but I will clean up. Just throwing paper and tags everywhere. Okay, I believe that I found 2 of these. There's got to be another one of these somewhere. Yes, there it is. Okay, these are, they look like restaurant ware, but they're from Crate and Barrel. On the bottom reads Crate and Barrel, made in Poland. But they look like 50s restaurant ware to me. Heavy stoneware, I'd say. White with the little black checked pattern going all the way around. Excellent coffee mugs, excellent shape. Somebody will love these that collects the mugs. Okay, so kind of open these. Go ahead and pull these out. A pair of these pyrex. Can't hardly make that out. I believe this was called Spring Blossom. Is that right, Em? You don't remember?
I don't remember.
I'll have to look it up, and of course I'll find out before I list it. I need to clean these up too. But it's the milk glass with the cornflower blue pattern going around it. I paid 79 cents a piece. Well, at least that's what the tag was. So it's a good pair of those. Starbucks. I think this was a pair. Let me see where the other one is. Yes, So I'm not sure if I'm going to sell these separate or together. I'll probably list them together first. These were 79 cents a piece too. On the bottom reads 2003 Starbucks Coffee Company. The Starbucks logo, and then it reads barista and made in China. Microwave and dishwasher safe. On both sides is in green the Starbucks and the coffee cup. Inside is a green stripe. But I love the shape of these too. Just so cute. More like, kind of too big for espresso cups, but just they're so cute. So that was a good find. Here is a tiny, tiny little, this reads, it's a toothpick holder, and it reads, our own import, bone china, Japan. That's a sticker. And then on the bottom it reads bone china. And this is a little toothpick holder shaped like an iron. It's been hand painted with flowers on the bottom as well as on the top, or around the top area. Okay. The wind's blowing a little bit. I hope that isn't disturbing the video. Oh, this kind of matches the other one. We might have found these together. This is also stamped Japan on the bottom. It's also a kitty. I don't know. This looks more like a puppy on this one. I think these might be puppies. Little tiny vase. So I will list these together. Just adorable. This one has a little bit more detail to it. More pyrex, vintage pyrex. I think these came in a pair as well. I'm trying to buy them in pairs. I mean, I have a ton of individual mugs and cups available and listed, more to list, which I think we're going to do a video on just mugs, cups, and glasses. This pattern is brown. It's like a brown outline. And I will have to look that up to see what the name of it is. I think it was called Woodland. Woodland, okay. Very good shape, excellent shape. Nothing wrong with them at all. Okay, we have a little ceramic basket here. And it is marked Japan, stamped Japan on the bottom. There's the initials EFH. Just excellent condition. You can tell it's hand painted. Looks like cherries, either cherries or apples, more likely cherries. I like the way that the handle is shaped, and it's gold. I see one little flea bite manufacturer's mistake there. And we're back. We had a little bit of a technical glitch there. So, to continue on. Alright, next up is this little black vase. I would say it's from the 80s. That's a lily on the front. Looks like black lacquer. On the bottom, it reads Yamaji, Japan, with a little Japanese insignia on the bottom there. I love the curvature of the front here. It's just looking beautiful. It looks like it's never been used. So that's a very nice collectible piece. Okay. Before we get to the bells, I think I have one more piece. Oh yeah. This is an ashtray. Set inside a piece of wood, and then it has a little black bear on top. So this is from the Cherokee Reservation in Cherokee, North Carolina. And I would definitely say 50s or 60s. Clear glass ashtray. What just fell out was a little picture of a cabin by a stream with mountains of forest in the back. And then on the front it reads, Eagle met a bear, and the bear, no, that's not Eagle. It's someone's name that reads Elgie, E-L-G-I-E. Okay, LG met a bear, and the bear met LG. Now the bear is bulgy, and the bulge is LG. Yes, that's what it reads. Then Cherokee Indian Reservation. On the back, it has a stamp that reads D-8 ashtray made in USA. So I just thought that was so adorable, so nostalgic, very retro. It being a real piece of wood and coming from the res there. Just so cute. Okay. This is stamped made in Japan. Another vase. Has a $1.49 price tag on it. It's in excellent condition. Nothing is chipped. Nothing is cracked. I don't even really see any crazing on it. But the colors so vintage. Just adorable. Just a nice little bud vase. Pretty rose. I would say that's a rose and a rosebud. I need to clean that up, definitely. Okay, now we've come to the bells. Let's see what we have here. Okay, first up is a crystal bell. This reads, full lead crystal, Atlantis, hand blown and cut for block, Cristal, Portugal. And let's listen to it. You could tell that's real crystal. And of course, the other way to tell real crystal goblets and glassware, do you know the trick to that? Where you wet your finger and you run it along the top here, and if it hums, then it's real crystal. That's what I was always told, and I've done it before. So it's a really beautiful sound, actually. Okay, here's two little Christmas bells. These are ceramic. These are actually Lefton. Both of them are. Let's read it. Lefton, trademark, exclusive, Japan. This one has the number 1199. Same sticker, the number 457. They do have different fronts. This one is a Christmas tree with toys underneath. This one is just holly berries and leaves. The holly one has it on the back as well. This one is blank on the back. So these will not be listed until the holiday season, but they are adorable, and they are Lefton, and I was very proud to find these. Just so cute. Yeah, it's a great sound. Okay, here's another cute little bell. This one is Lefton as well. It has the number 1434. Hand painted. I cannot read. It reads Lefton, and then there's a word after that. China. Lefton, China. I'm sorry. Yes. This one is smaller. It has flowers. These are transferware, I would say, not hand painted. Gold top. Nice little ring. Very collectible. All right. This one. Oh, this one is just beautiful. The flowers on it. There is what looks like a ginger jar painted on there. I would say this is transferware, not hand painted, but it goes all the way around. This one has a $1.99 sticker on it. Now inside, let's read. Fine bone china crown. Established 1801, Staffordshire. Okay, Staffordshire to England. There's the letter R, and then there is the word Kowloon, Kowloon. So just adorable. Let's hear it. Not as pretty of a sound as the others. Okay, these two are adorable. I don't know whether I will list these together or separately, but they seem to go together, so maybe. One blue, one orange. The orange one, that's it. It's just all orange color on white, creamy white. but the blue one has more of the blue flowers with a yellow center and some greenery as well on there. But the shapes are very similar, shapes and heights, just a slight difference, not much. Okay, this one on the inside reads Mexico, and there's another word in there that I cannot read. Looks like STAMR, maybe. And this one reads, yes, this one reads STAMR as well, but underneath it is, looks like CUERNAYGA. It looks like it was hand painted. That name was hand painted on the inside, so I'm not sure what it reads. I'll have to try to look that up. I believe I will list these together. Okay, this is just so cute. Another little bell. This is Japanese. I cannot read the Japanese word that's there or on the front there. I'm not sure, but you can just tell by the character here that that's a Japanese character with a fan. And this is like, it looks like terracotta. Like it's been hand painted on terracotta. Just adorable little face. So cute. Alright, let's hear it ring. Okay, one more bell. And I believe this one is Japan as well. I'm not seeing any markings on the inside. However, that looks like Japanese words on a sticker right there and on the front. And this character itself, the rabbit, I think that's very Japanese, I think. It has a very long string on it, ceramic, cute little blue accents, nice ring to it. So anyone out there who loves bells, or you know someone who does, they're going to really probably love those. Okay, one little bag of pins, forgot about those. I haven't even opened these up to see what all is in here, so let's explore this together, shall we? Okay, we have a Disney pin with Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, and Donald Duck standing in front of Cinderella's castle. This one reads 25 Walt Disney World, taking that it meant 25th anniversary. This one is a bull and a matador and the word Mexico. Here we have, oh, the Atlanta 1999, sorry, the Atlanta 1996 Olympics. Team Visa, okay, and it has the Visa logo on there. But I think anything from the Olympics from back then, or any of the Olympics, is very collectible. What is this? This looks like a pterodactyl. There's nothing on the back, but this I don't know what that is. It's some kind of plastic. It's not metal. Yes, that's definitely some kind of pterodactyl, I do believe. It's crazy. Alright, what's this one? Looney Tunes. It's got Bugs Bunny, the Warner Brothers logo, and Looney Tunes. 1998. And we're back again, another technical glitch. So sorry about that. We're still learning how to make videos and how to edit them, so please bear with us. But that's it for today, folks. So please join us again, and as always, like and subscribe. And as always, we wish you good health, well-being, and financial freedom.